So the Tony Awards, the 2022 Tony Awards happened last night, guys. And you could say I got a little emotional. You could say I was a bit of what you'd call a roller coaster. That is how I would prescribe last night's events. So let's talk about it. In Best Musical, A Strange Loop, very happy that it won. I predicted it was going to win. I didn't think any other musical could beat it. And ultimately, it deserved it so much. I'm so glad Michael O. Jackson got the recognition and that the show itself got the recognition it deserved. And while I am happy that it won Best Musical, the fact that it only won 2 Tony Awards is just, it baffles me. It truly baffles me. In my coverage of the Tony Awards leading up to the ceremony last night, I said that there have been reports that MJ was a potential upset, and I was so nervous that that was what was going to happen. Because MJ came out of nowhere and won leading actor in a musical. And I was like, what? Like, yes, Strange Loop won 2 Tonys, but MJ is technically the most Tony-nominated new musical of the season. I mean, what are we doing here, guys? What are we doing? But yeah, I'm very happy Strange Loop won Best Musical. I don't really need to explain why it won Best Musical, but there was a bit of a controversy when Barbara Whitman, who's the lead producer, spoke, and people were saying, why is there a white lady speaking on a black-centered show? I'm going to clear this up, and this is, again, my opinion, not fact, but she does deserve the spotlight. As is tradition, the lead producer gives the speech and accepts the award for Best Musical. And if it weren't for Barbara Whitman, the show wouldn't even have gone off Broadway. So she is the sole producer that took a chance on this show and is why we have it. So she deserves to be spotlighted. She deserves to be recognized. And BT Dubs, they were going to give Michael the time to speak, but then the telecast cut him off. He also had time to speak when he won for Best Book. And I hate that people are making this into a race thing. Because ultimately, if it was a white person, it still would have made it unfair, and there still should have been a controversy. What the conversation should be is the telecast should give Best Musical the longest speech time and should allow more than just the producer to speak. Like, why didn't Lin-Manuel speak for Hamilton? Why didn't Anais Mitchell speak for Hadestown? You know what I mean? It's like, it's more of a systemic issue than just a singular issue. So I don't agree with that controversy. I get why some people might be a little upset about it, but I don't think that it's worth attacking her for because she did nothing wrong. Company won the most awards with, I believe, 5 wins, including Best Revival. Couldn't happen to a better show. So glad that a Sondheim show won all the major awards, and it definitely was the best revival of a musical. And it fits that definition of reviving something for a new era very well. And I thought that their performance was okay, but I kind of was expecting a better number than the opening number. Music Man's number was pretty bland, if I'm being honest, but again, it's Hugh Jackman and Stun Foster, so they're going to sell tickets regardless of how bland the performance was, because it's sold out. And then we have Best Performance by a Leading Actor, which went to Miles Frost. Again, I was so completely and utterly just like, what? How is this happening? But I do realize that Jaquel Spivey was out from a lot of performances because he was sick, and when they saw him, he wasn't at his best. So sorry to say this, but Miles Frost kind of won by a technicality, because I'm pretty sure Jaquel was going to win this, because it was feeling weird that a Best Musical only gets 2 awards, but I think just because he was sick, they gave it to someone that wasn't sick, and that was there, and that was Miles. But he definitely does deserve it. And then we also got Joe winning for Nellie O'Brien in Paradise Square, and her performance was the highlight of the night, and no one was thinking that. I wasn't caring about this show, Paradise Square, but her performance was so raw and amazing. I just was blown away. And I hadn't even seen the show, and I was like, she needs the Tony. And I'm glad that 2 black artists won the 2 major awards, even though it was for MJ, which comes with its own baggage. I'm very happy that in terms of 2 of the major awards, like score, which was awarded to non-binary people for 6, actor, leading actress, book, musical, it was all for people of color and representation, so I was very happy about that. John Andrew Morrison, I wanted him to win, but periodically compared to I'm Not Getting Married Today, there is no comparison, and same thing with Patty and L. Morgan Lee. I would have loved to have seen L. Morgan Lee win, but I wanted Patty to win. I think she deserved to win. And again, Ladies Who Lunch versus the song that Morgan Lee sings, which is Sympathetic Ear. Again, they just don't compare. And then for Best Direction, it went to Maureen Elliott for Company, very deserved. I didn't know if Stephen Brackett was going to win, but I just felt like Maureen Elliott was kind of the contender to win. Best Book went to Strange Loop, and I mean, so deserved, and we all knew it. Score went to 6. I thought the score to 6 was very generic. I know a lot of people like it, but I think that Strange Loop is more of a Sondheim-esque score, and 6 is a much more commercially viable score. And so I feel like that's why it won, because it appealed to more voters. But when you have lyrics like, if you can't place our Caucasians, you will never get the dough, and white girls can do anything, black boys don't get to be tall, vulnerable, and luscious, it's like there was no comparison. So I think they got snubbed of actor and score, and I think that those were Strange Loops to have won, and they got snubbed of those. But I am happy that 6 brought home score, though. Scenic design went to Company, obviously. Costume went to 6, obviously. Lighting design went to MJ, I thought would have gone to 6. Sound design and choreography both went to MJ, which I wasn't surprised by. And then orchestrations went to Girl from the North Country, and I thought Charlie Rosen would have won for Strange Loop. And so what did I think about the performances? I thought Strange Loop's performance was good, but I wish they didn't do Today. I wish they had just done the entire intermission song, but it was a good choice. They did it. I thought that the camera work was a bit weird, and I thought the vocals and the mics weren't, like, not the vocals, but the mics kind of ruined it for it. So I didn't really think it was their best performance. MJ's performance was decent. Paradise is Square was the highlight, the best one. Company was okay. 6 was another good one, but I didn't really like the score that much. Go from the North Country was kind of boring. The Music Man was bland. Mr. Saturday Night, while I don't, care about the show, Billy Crystal proved that he sold tickets. That was a good performance, and it was more just about showing off Billy Crystal, and I think they did that quite well. And then I think those were all the performances. So overall, this was a good Tonys, but it was a roller coaster because MJ took home more awards than I thought. And typically, leading actor wins Best Musical as well. And so I was so nervous that it was going to win Best Musical. I was like, if MJ wins Best Leading Actor, and I was very upset. And all I said was, I would go really, hardly. I would be very upset if MJ won Best Musical, because Strange Loop was so revolutionary, and here's my reaction.
Okay, and the winner is, and the Tony goes to A Strange...
Yes! So as you can see, I was very happy, and, I'm glad that it kept us on our feet, and that, the only things that swept were Company, because MJ won the most, but in order to sweep, you have to win the best musical, the big one. And besides leading actor, MJ only took home the technical awards. So I like that the Tonys were giving each show, something, every show except Saturday Night won a Tony, and I hope that happens more in the future. I don't know if it was because of the situation of the past couple years, but if it's a new strategy going forwards, I like it. But at the same time, there are some musicals like Hamilton, Strange Loop that deserve to dominate every category, and I'm very disappointed that Strange Loop only went home with 2 awards because it deserved way more, and I don't think MJ deserved to win the most Tonys of the night. Also, there's a moment in Strange Loop where they're about to say the N-word, and then he apologizes, and you can see the clip right there in pictures or video where he kind of looks at this guy and he's like, wait, why are you dancing again? I want to know what your interpretation of this scene was, because I have my own interpretations, but I want to know what other people think. But yeah, guys. But yeah, that's the video. Make sure to like, sub, and comment. I will see you soon. Peace.